Happy Monday, everyone. This is James Pelton. I am back. We're going to be talking with BNB Mafia today. So it is, you guys know I have a passion for gaming. I grew up as a computer gamer and internet gamer. And you also know I love blockchain. So when gaming meets blockchain, you know that's something that I'm interested in. And I've still been kind of on the lookouts for, I think gaming can be a good bridge for new people to get into blockchain. And so just been looking around for, and I think we're seeing a resurgence of blockchain gaming coming back as we're kind of inching our way into the bull market. And we'll talk a little bit about that here today as well, kind of the gaming narrative in the crypto markets. So audience, what I need from you guys, please hit the like button. That's the currency of YouTubers. Some want USDC, some want USDT. I just want likes. So thank you guys for that. And if you have any questions, please ask. Would love to get all your questions answered. And you'll have to forgive me if I start sweating because it is 100 degrees here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Fahrenheit, not 100 degrees Celsius. That would be deathly. 100 degrees Fahrenheit here in Lincoln, Nebraska. And my air conditioning is not able to keep up today. So I've got some sweat. Working hard, you know, that's what we like to see. So let's go ahead and start with introductions. Can you go ahead, introduce yourself, tell a little bit about your story, how you found your way to where you are, and then we will jump into BNB Mafia.
Absolutely, James. First off, thank you very, very much for having me on. As I told you in the green room, long-time subscriber. I've been following you for a long, long time. I really like what you're about. I think that during the last cycle, especially during the last cycle when there was all these passive income, I think that's where you found your base at the end of the last cycle. Long-time subscriber, been around for a long time. I think a lot of the projects that you touched upon during the last cycle, I was involved in. We kind of found our way together then. Right now, I think we all know that GameFi is going to be something which is going to be really big for this coming cycle and possibly even into the next cycle as well. I mean, we don't know the narratives yet, obviously, because we're just getting warmed up, shall we say. But I reached out to you because I think that we have, I mean, the team that I'm working with right now, I think that we might have possibly, I mean, I don't like to quote or anything like that, but I really think this might be one of the biggest play and earn protocols of this entire cycle for GameFi. So I'm very happy to speak to you and speak to your community about this. You know,
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm called DeFi. I'm a long-time Hexagon, right? So I come from the hex market, a bunch of hexagons. I mean, the community that I work with right now, we have a number of different projects on the go right now. I mean, we brought real innovation and real DeFi. I think you'll absolutely back me up here. Real DeFi, real decentralized finance is something which is leading the charge right now, and it's something that we all need. And one of the things that I'm very conscious of is speaking to, you know, and speaking with projects that exemplify real DeFi. You know, a lot of people claim DeFi, but real decentralized finance done properly, with the right smart contracts in place and with the right, you know, with the right protocols and the right ideas is what we all need. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, totally agree. Yeah, I had a series I was doing for a while called From Degen to DeFi, and wanting to get away from trying to get rich quick and those types of things and getting to some, you know, sustainable, actually decentralized things. So yeah, totally agree.
Yeah. So today we're here to talk about BNB Mafia.io. It's on very, very top level. It's very you know, the 30-second shall we say, the 30-second sales pitch is it's absolutely player versus player, kill or be killed, mafia themed protocol. It's you can create a player, you can join a family or create a family, and the ultimate goal of that family is to control what we call the vault. So inside the vault pays out 10% of its value every single week to the top 5 families. So it goes the top 5. So The first place family would get a 30%, then 25, 20, 15, 10. And those families, they get to share real value. So, I mean, if we look at what's in the vault, I mean, the vault will go live when it hits 500 BNB, which, I mean, according to today's price is around $270,000, I think. 10% of that gets paid out weekly to these families. So there's a real opportunity to make real money here. Even if you don't want to play in a family, you can still play as a solo player and you can earn money from in-game tasks. You know, things like you can do heists, you can smuggle, you can bootleg, you know, you can trade weapons, you can, you know, all this stuff. Like, it's this massive ecosystem that we're building out. And right now, I really think that it's exactly what the market needs right now, because, you know, I think we all have a little bit of fatigue at the moment. Everyone was waiting. You know, the Bitcoin halving happened. If you look at charts, the Bitcoin halving happened and it's playing out exactly as it did, exactly as it should. Is absolutely fine. But I think there's a lot of people who really thought, okay, you know, the Bitcoin halving happens and then we're off to the moon. You know, should I say it that way? You know, we're off to the moon. But us seasoned people, we know that no, it doesn't work exactly like that. Yes, we're starting to see green charts, you know, green candles along the way, but we have a long way to get there. The market really hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is looking great. I'm just kind of looking over stuff as you're talking about it. Can you maybe walk us through how this works?
Absolutely.
From start to finish? Like when somebody signs up, what all can they do, and just kind of walk us through a little bit.
Sure. Would I be able to share my screen? I think I could walk us through a little bit better if I was to be able to share mine.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. You can be the driver there.
Thank you. Thank you. I think, yeah, I think we're here. Yeah, cool. So ultimately, we're right now we have a 10-step launch. Okay, because we need time for the vault to really build up to this 500 BNB. So at the moment, we're on stage 4, so stage 1 was you can create a player. Okay, so if I just click on the players here, you can see that once you create a wallet, once you connect your wallet, you can create a player in game. It costs you 2,000 Mafia tokens to be able to create a player. Yes. Yeah. So it costs you 2,000 Mafia tokens to be able to create a player. In order to create a player, you get to choose your character name, which you can choose from 1 of 14 letters. You can choose the sex of your character, and then you can choose a location where you are. Right. According to that, you can choose where you are on the world map. Okay. The map hasn't been brought out yet. That's phase 6. Right. Right now we're on phase 4. But right now we can see that we have a number of different players. So Bob Delahunt is actually our #1 ranked player at the moment. So he's a male. Yeah, right now, everybody has a nobody rank because the game hasn't actually launched yet. Okay, but then if we look at families, we can see which family that all these players belong to. You can play, like I say, you can play as an individual, or you can play as part of the bigger whole. So if you decide to join a family, what you're doing, you're ultimately pooling your resources. In other words, you're trying to get control of this vault. Okay. Once you have control of the vault, then those families are just literally getting those pay the week out, the weekly payouts. We can actually see here that Bob Delahunt, right now, he's going to be getting 0.35 BNB per week automatically into his wallet, and the game hasn't even launched yet. Okay, so this is the payout that he's going to be getting as soon as we go live. This is because if I click on Bob Delahunt here, we can see that he's actually one of the so he's the Capodicina of the original Gangsters Mafia family. So in every family, there's 3 top places. So we have the Don, we have the Consigliere, who's the advisor, and then we have the Capodicina, who's basically in charge of a number of different foot soldiers, if you like. I mean, it's a real mafia family. So let's just click on his mafia family just so we can see a little bit more about them. Okay, so the original gangsters right now are the top family on BNB Mafia. Now, I don't know if we touched on this, but we also have this game played simultaneously on Pulse Chain as Pulse Mafia. We are a Pulse Chain, like I said, we're a Hexagon group of people. We're kind of a Pulse Chain ecosystem. But having this on both chains, we feel is an absolutely perfect opportunity to bring two blockchains together when there's cheap transactions. Right? Everyone knows Ethereum, yes, it costs you $1 million to do, it costs you $100 to do a transaction when the market really starts to get up there. And we feel that BNB and Pulse Chain, or BNB and Arbitrum, or Pulse Chain and Arbitrum, or any of these other blockchains, we know that there's going to be a lot of groundwork that we're doing right now, which is going to help us in the long run once we actually get to those blockchains. So right now we can see the original gangsters. So we have Lucky, who is the Don. We can see that the consigliere is Michael here on the right, and we can see that Bob Chilladon is the character on the left. So Lucky, as the godfather of this family, he's actually going to be getting paid out 0.95 BNB on a weekly basis from the vault. He can choose to do whatever he wants with that money. And ultimately, that money is his because he's the player in the game. He's the Don of the family. He can choose to split it between his family if he wants. If he have, I mean, they have a lot of members. They have 90 members on this family. So he can choose to drop that down to all of his members. So, if you actually, if you play the game on a daily basis or on a bi-daily basis, if you actually do in-game tasks, anything you do which helps your family, even if it comes to recruitment, you can also recruit people outside of the game and bring them in. And, you might actually boost yourself up value to your Don. And then your Don will decide, should you get rewarded for those efforts? Right. So it's a really big, it's a really big encompassing thing. If we scroll down here just a little bit, we can see that, okay, yes, they're ranked number 1. We can see they have 90 members. We can see that every week their weekly payout is going to be 2.88 BNB already. And we can see here something which is very important. So their family share. So that Don has decided that whatever the top 3 players get in their wallet, they will share 40% of that with all of the members of their family. So literally, if you are in this family, you will be earning money on a weekly basis according to the weekly payout. And we can see it here, so we can go through all of the different members, what they're doing, how rich they are. The wealth status literally means how much maybe in-game tokens they have versus how much effort they're putting in. But as things progress, obviously, the more effort they put in, they might get the benefit of the Don's gaze, should we say? I mean, it depends how much you want to look into the whole mafia theme of this whole thing. But how much effort you put into your family really should designate how much effort how much money you get out of it. But we can see here that right now they've decided that every member of their family will get something as we start to progress through the game.
Okay, no, that's very cool. I'm learning a lot even about crime families. So these are some of these titles I've never heard. So it's educational. Also,
well, that's it.
Also, is that Donald Trump?
That is Donald Trump, the original gangsters.
The original gangster. That's right. That's right. Okay, so if you're in one of these really powerful families, you're getting, and this payout that they're getting comes from the vault. Is that correct? So
yes,
that comes
that's right.
From the buy sell taxes.
Yeah. So if to buy the Mafia token, you will have a buy tax of 4.6%. Okay, that 4.6% will automatically get put into the vault. If you are to sell your Mafia token, then you will be charged a 16.6% tax, which will automatically get sold back into BNB and put into the vault. So right now we can see here that the vault is at 95 BNB, which is $53,000, which is, I think, pretty good so far. This vault is only 1 month old. I think it's 32 days at the moment, maybe 33 days today. So right now, after 1 month, we're already at 20% of the way there. The full game will go live when we hit 500 BNB. So what we have the taxman here, okay? So right now we can see that the taxman has 0 Mafia to convert back to BNB to put into the vault. So if you want to enter the game, you have to purchase your Mafia tokens. You go through the system, the taxman will sell them back if once you create a character, or once you create a family, or once you buy some crates, which we'll go into in a moment. So automatically what we're trying to do is just keep building this vault, until we start to add more stages to the game and then launch the game. Now, anyone that's listening here that really doesn't know what we're talking about, this game is so big and there is so much information that if we were to launch this on day one as a fully finished product and said, here you go, guys, off you go, run with it. If I was to try and do an explainer video, James, it would really, I think it would be about 5 hours long. There is so much to this game that we have to do this in a stage launch. We really do. Okay. And plus, it's a perfect time to get the vault where it needs to be.
Do you want to walk us through kind of just some of the aspects of the game, just so people get kind of a feel for what they'd be doing, and how much time can you put as much time as you want into this game, or is there like certain tasks, or just tell us a little bit about how the game's going to work?
Okay, so if I click on the wiki here, let me just click on. So on the game we actually have our own white paper. Okay, so on the left here we can see that right now we're on stage 4, which is just the OG crates. We'll go back into the crates in a moment. So after this we have the marketplace, which is coming tomorrow. So literally this platform has auto compounding, it has in-game tasks which will give you real yield, real money. It has an NFT marketplace, our own NFT marketplace. You can literally share resources with other people at the click of a button. I'll show you how to do that as well in a minute. Like it's so big, it's so big. It's difficult where to start sometimes. Okay, but if we think about it on a broad spectrum of things, this is going to be a 3-token ecosystem. So right now you can buy your Mafia tokens, which give you access to the game. Once you're in the game, you can buy Bullets token, which will have their own LPs and everything. I mean, really freely traded token. And you will have a health token as well. Okay, so we obviously know in the world of Mafia, you need bullets in order to hurt people. And you need health in case you're the person getting hurt. Right, so once we have these tokens in game, and once the game really starts, it's a matter of kill or be killed. Now, something which I need to explain, it's very short and simple, but every character is assigned to an individual wallet, a wallet address. You create a character for 2000 Mafia, that character is assigned to a wallet. If you have any in-game assets in there, or technically, if you have any in-game money in your pocket, at the time you might be killed, then it's game over. You're gone. The wallet is dead. The character is dead. And that character can never come back.
That sounds... So how does that work exactly? How do I not get killed if I create an account here?
Okay, that's exactly it. So one of the things, if we actually let me go back to the crates for a moment. It'll be easier to explain if I look at the crates. So right now, stage 4 launch, we're at crate stage. So if you open one of these crates, and these crates are NFTs, so you can trade these crates. once the marketplace comes around. As a matter of fact, we even have people in our Telegram chats right now who are doing like OTC, shall we say, OTC deals, selling these crates and selling these utilities. Okay, so if you open a crate, you will get one of these top items. So you will either get in-game cash, you will get bullets, you will get health, you might get a shop item, which will be like a gun or a bulletproof vest, or something like that, right? And maybe an armored car. One of the ultimate highly sought aspects of the game are business items. So we all know mafia families, if they they make the most of their money from an legitimate or illegitimate business, right? Which could be a shop, a bank. In this case, we have a hospital. We have warehouses. We have a booze warehouse, narcotics warehouse. We have some casino games. We have a bullet factory. So these are the most highly sought out aspects of this whole game. And right now we have 76 remaining. 76 aspects remaining, which means technically they could all be got in 76 crates, which are going to be open next. Right. After this, then we have bodyguards. So if you are a person running around town and you're trying to do various heists, or you're trying to do various businesses inside the mafia world, you're obviously going to need protection, right? Those protection, they will save you from being assassinated if their health is strong enough, right? Outside of that, then you have helper credits. So what the helper credits do, we all know that this is crypto. This is the blockchain game. So technically, this game runs 24 hours a day. I mean, it doesn't stop as long as there is someone else somewhere in a different time zone from you trying to play the game. So you need something which is going to help you and your character if you're not around. So these helper credits are, if you could almost think of them like bots, so we would create a bot which would help you do various tasks while you sleep. Because while you're sleeping, if they're carrying out tasks, the chances of them being assassinated is going to be quite slim. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Or you can just stay on 24/7 yourself, right?
Absolutely, you can if you're a machine.
Cool. Well, that's a neat feature. I like that. So these businesses. So can you tell us a little bit more about the gameplay then? So is this so step one was kind of the families, and then step two was the crates. And then what's coming next? Like, how is this? What's going forward after that?
Yeah. So after this, we have the marketplace. Right. So after this, so we have the NFT marketplace, which is coming up. But then once we have the NFT marketplace and we actually start to see people really fighting over resources, at the moment, to be totally honest, James, we haven't seen a lot of the big families. I would have assumed in the beginning that we would have seen a lot of the heavy hitters trying to hoover up all the resource, but we haven't really seen that. And the only reason I can think of to do that is because a lot of the big mafia families are so strong that they're thinking, okay, if I don't have one of these resources, I might just declare war on the character and take it when the game goes live.
There you go.
I mean,
that's an option.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to do it that way. That's the only reason that I can think. Because, like I say, there's a lot of people doing like these OTC deals. They're trying to be, even before the marketplace just comes out tomorrow. For the last week or so, we've been seeing this OTC deal. But I think a lot of the big mafia families are just waiting, and they're just like, okay, we'll wait until the game goes live. We know who has all the resource because it's easy to see the characters and the players. And, if they're not in a family, or if they don't have the relevant security, maybe we'll just attack them and try and take it.
Yeah, this could be fun. I like this. So if you're not in one of the powerful family, like, what's the motivation to not just hop into the most powerful family and get, what's the advantage to being in one of the weaker families?
Okay, in one of the weaker families, I would say that the fact that if you have a lot of resource for, every player in the family brings their own utilities through the crates. They will bring their own utility. A lot of people can, there's nothing to stop people from swapping and changing families if they want. Some of the families have a leave fee. So, you have to buy your way out, if you think about it that way. If they want to leave and join another family, they can. Being in one of the weaker families ultimately would mean that you need to try to onboard and recruit people to be one of the top 5 families, because ultimately what you want to do as a family is to control resource, control territory, and get control of that vault. The vault is the ultimate goal, because the vault pays out, like we've seen, it pays out real money, 10% of 500 BNB on a weekly basis it's okay. That's when the and that's when the game starts. There's nothing. And that's what the price of BNB as it is today. I don't know about you. You're on the BNB side, same as me in a lot of places. What do you think your high for BNB is this cycle?
We will see.
4 figures. Come on, give me a guesstimate. Yeah, absolutely 4 figures.
Yeah. The high, 1,500. That would be my guess.
I think that is absolutely fair. Personally, I would think I like to think it would go a bit higher than that. But yeah, 50. Hey, if we do 1,550, sorry, excuse me. If we do 1,500 and Mafia is kicking off of that, you can turn that 300,000 value that we have into, was it 1.2 million? There we go. Boom. Thanks very much. Boom. And that pays out 10% weekly, James.
Yeah, that's amazing. That would be great. Would love that. So this looks really fun. I'm looking through the documents. So what's kind of the time frame that you're thinking on these different things? So you're kind of waiting for the 500 BNB before launching, and then like you said, there's a lot of stuff going on in this game. You can do perform a crime, steal a car, make a successful smuggle. There's all sorts of stuff. There's a whole bunch of aspects. And are you going to be launching these different aspects kind of one at a time like you have been doing, or what's kind of the launch strategy here?
No, but once the game goes live, then we will have access to everything, right? So at the moment, the next phase, like I said, is our marketplace. So once the marketplace goes live, and we can see here by this, by these couple of shots, this marketplace is going to be like a real marketplace. You can sell your item, or you can auction it off. You can put in whatever value you want, right? You literally say, I have an asking price for this. Who's going to give it to me? And right now, I think that this is going to be a real next driver for us, because right now, the main driver for the vault has been create a character, start a family, which starting a family costs 500,000 Mafia, which right now, I think it's around, according to today's price, it's around $600, I think. We don't expect that number to change either. I see. We've got like 15 families at the moment. I don't think that number is going to change even as we start to scale up, as far as BNB starts to go up, and as far as we start to go up. So starting a family could become very expensive at some stage. But we have to understand that, of course, it's going to become expensive if the vault is paying out, if it's paying out $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 a week. Yeah, of course, the cost of starting a family is going to get quite expensive. So now is kind of the time where it makes sense to do all of these things. But at the same time, it makes sense to try and get a family behind you, or maybe join a family. If you're anyone out there and you think, oh no, I can't start a family myself, okay. A lot of our families are recruiting, and they're actively recruiting. Some of our families, James, have their own Telegram channels where they actually have a recruitment process. You will be interviewed to join a family.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. Some of them have their own X channels, like their own X profiles, where literally they're doing their own marketing. I mean, this is really it's starting to become its own. I mean, we ultimately wanted this to become its own ecosystem, but the community are starting to run with it, and that's exactly what we need.
Yeah, that's what you need to have happen, right?
Yeah.
So can I ask you, and this is for the viewers as well, should I create my own family, or is it better for me to jump into another existing family? Can you how should I think through that as a potential player? I am not in right now. So how should I think through that?
Okay. I will tell everyone who's watching right now, me personally, I am not creating or joining a family. I need to be neutral ground because I am doing, especially with my own YouTube channel, I'm doing a lot of hosting and like moderator jobs. So I am actually sitting down at the end of this week with all of the head of the dons of all the families to have like an open forum debate platform where we can bounce some ideas off each other, because some of the families that we found really are, I mean, like I say, they're doing their own recruitment process. They've literally got members of the family who are out there actively recruiting all the time. And we have some families who are a little bit more relaxed, but maybe it's because from my point of view, I think it's because they maybe don't really know how to approach the situation. You know what it's like? It's like you're trying to set up a company from scratch right now before the game goes out. I mean, you have your own companies, you run your own businesses, same as I have. So starting from scratch, it can be quite daunting, a daunting task. So at the end of this week, we're going to bounce some ideas off each other, each one teach one, steel sharpens steel, all of that kind of stuff. And we'll try and build it up. So from my point of view, because I know who you are, and because I know, you know what it is to run a business, same as ultimately it's running a family. You have a great community behind you. I would think that any family which would recruit you, I think you would be an amazing asset. But ultimately, I think that it would make sense for you to start your own family, Jane.
Okay. Awesome. I will consider. What does the audience think? I've got 2 votes for OG Gangster Family. Any other takers?
The OGs are in here.
Yeah, the OGs are in here. So I'll have to give some thought to that. Yeah, I'll have to give some thought to that. We'll talk off air, because this does look really fun to me. Can you talk more about the economics of it? And so does all the money that's paid out for the different things and for the vault, does that all come from the buy sell tax? Is there any other revenue generators, or how does that work?
Yeah, so at the moment, if you create a player, 100% of those buy sell taxes, the buy taxes, they go into the vault. If you start a family, 100% of those taxes go into the vault. Obviously, if you sell the Mafia token, 100% of that goes back into feed the vault. With the crates, so if you buy crates, and the crates are $20 each. So if you, equivalent to BNB, or you can also purchase them in Mafia. But the crates are $20 each. So with the crates, 50% of the cost of a crate goes to feeding the vault, and the other 50% goes into a team wallet, which is used then for hosting, for marketing, for all these other, other expenses that come around. So really, I mean, except for that part, everything goes into just feeding the vault. And we know that once the vault hits its target of 500 BNB, and the game really starts, we know then that that the number of people that are trying to get in, like 2,000 Mafia will be expensive at some stage. 500,000 Mafia to start a family will be very expensive at one stage. It's coming around. So at this moment in time, it's really get what you can, grab as much resource as you can, start playing the game as fast as you can, and start recruiting as fast as you can. Like, I mean, we saw that the syndicate oh, sorry, the original gangsters, who are #1 family, they have 90 members so far. And this is in 1 month. Like the pulse chain version of this that we have is literally 10 days old, and we're already seeing, huge numbers over there. Can I ask, how much do you mess around with pulse chain, or how much do you know about pulse chain, James? You never really tend to talk about it, I've noticed.
We had on a Pulse Dex couple weeks ago, so we talked a bit about it there. I'm not a huge Richard Hart fan personally, but I understand the hype around it, and it's actually really good technology. The more I look into it, it's like, hey, this is actually good, well priced, it's stable. But yeah, you're right. I don't bring out a ton of Pulse chain stuff, so.
No, and that's fair enough. Richard Hart, he rubs some people up the wrong way. He really does. He did a lot of marketing a while back. I mean, towards the end of the last cycle, when he was flexing quite a bit, and he rubbed some people up the wrong way. But ultimately, at the moment, I mean, we know now, as of a few days ago, that the Ethereum case with the SEC has been dropped. Right? Yes. The SEC dropped the case. Ultimately, that because Pulse Chain is literally a copy of Ethereum, that means that the case against Richard Hart should be coming close to an end at some stage, right? If that happens, then we know the Pulse Chain, Pulse by itself should start rocketing. It should start rocketing, and anything that's tied liquidity-wise to Pulse or tied to Ethereum will start to go through the roof. That's why I actually asked you about your high expectation of BNB, because again, it's tied to Ethereum. It'll be very interesting to see what happens. So we know if you build out the right things in this market right now, when all of these huge, these extremely important decisions are coming to the crypto world in general, right? They're coming now, right? Everything that you have built, which is good quality. I'm not talking about a meme token, out the wazoo. If you build something which really has, everyone likes to say product market fit, and if it has the right community. No, but really, if you build something which is really interesting, and which has real utility, and which is real DeFi, not just on the surface talking about it. If it's real DeFi and it can really make people money, isn't that a winning project?
Yeah,
if it ticks all the boxes, it's a winner, right? On the surface, it's a winner.
Yeah. Are the Pulse version and the BNB version, are they connected, or are they going to be two like separate worlds?
No, at the moment they're standalone, but they will launch at the same time. So when the game goes live, they will both go live. There's a number of different, like I was telling you before we actually, when we were initially talking about this, we actually have a number of different protocols before this. This is the newest one, and this is the one which it's almost like, I want to say it's like an amalgamation of all the other ones put together. So our developer Jacob and his team, the developer team, I don't want to sound egotistical or anything like that, but they're really fucking good at what they do. They're really good at what they do, and every one of the protocols that we brought out it has something which is best in class, first to market. It really is, like, whether it's BNB Pot, which was the world's first truly decentralized player versus player casino on chain. PulsePot was another version of that. We brought around sports betting, like really true decentralized sports betting, which is player versus player sports betting. There's no houses or anything like that. It's really just players and smart contracts. I'll tell you how important it is. With the casinos that we have on the BNB side, we use Chainlink. Yes, exactly. This is it. So we use Chainlink as our oracle. Okay, Chainlink. We all know how important Chainlink is. I hope you have a bag of Chainlink. Do you?
I do have a bag of Chainlink.
Good man, good man. Because Chainlink itself, as everything that Chainlink is about, I absolutely support it. I think it's amazing tech. It's amazing innovation what they do, and our dev is, first name basis with all the Chainlink guys. Because of this protocol, they looked at the smart contracts for this casino and they said, Jacob, you really know what you're doing. I mean, if you get that approval, or if I hear that approval, to the dev that I'm supporting, then that's enough for me. You know what I mean? I trust the Chainlink guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good project. That's doing well. That's amazing. Any chance for a partnership with Chainlink going forward?
Well, right now, I can tell you now. I can tell you something. Anyone that's listening here, from the PulseChain side, I can tell you right now, PulseChain needs an oracle. It really needs an oracle, and there's no one willing really to build it. Whether it's because they don't know how, or whether it's because they don't have the time, or whether it's because they don't have the funds, I don't know. But right now, PulseChain really needs an oracle. There's a number of projects waiting on PulseChain for an oracle. They can't launch until there's an oracle. And the Chainlink guys have said they're not willing to put the resource into PulseChain at the moment, which is fair. PulseChain's only in its first year. I totally understand that. But what I can say is that a lot of the projects who are looking for this oracle have again reached out to our dev and said, can you do me a favor? We know that you probably know how to build it. Can you help us? And I think he's spearheading a team right now. So hopefully we will have an oracle on PulseChain soon. So we can't count out Chainlink just yet, but at the moment they're not so interested, which is fair.
Do you want to, for educational purposes, you mentioned an oracle a few times. Do you want to just briefly explain, for not everyone is as familiar with that as you might be. Do you want to bring some education here?
Okay, so an oracle is just really it's a protocol or a piece of software which tallies up information. It just grabs information, tallies it up, and it spits information out almost to the second, to the minute, to the nanosecond, whatever. It's a way to get real-time data in a very short period of time, and that's pretty much what they do. That is like the ultimate. That was like a 10-second. There you go. Escalator pitch. Yeah, that's it.
The 5-second rundown. So
that's it. Yeah, it's just really tallying up information as fast as you can. And we know here on blockchain, everything is about very, very quick information. Faster blockchains always get the new hype.
Yep, absolutely. So when we kind of talked about this, I know we're aiming for 500 BNB in the vault, but do you have like a date prediction of when we think the game will get underway and things like that?
Well, to be totally honest, right, we've hit 20% of our value in the last 30 days, but things are starting to speed up. So I could say on the long end, 5 months, another 4 months, or I can say, because things are starting to speed up, we could see it in as little as 2.5 months.
Okay.
So
I was going to ask, do you think, do you have plans do you think it's going to be hard to keep people interested for those 2.5-3 months, or do you feel like there's enough coming out and being launched to kind of keep people going for that amount of time?
That is a great question. I think that because we have the marketplace now coming out literally tomorrow, we're starting to go through our launch phases in about 10 days to 2 weeks. For each one, right? Right now, the marketplace is coming out. After that, we have the map. I think when the map comes out, which literally shows this mafia world, which cities are where, because we don't know, even though someone says, oh, okay, you're in New York and you're in Medellin, Colombia. We don't know if they're going to be like almost next to each other on this map yet. Like I don't know. Our developer he really has to keep things, play his cards close to his chest on this. because it's building anticipation. But I think when the map comes out, I think that's when everything will start to really click into place. Like we have, as part of our community, we have some actual game developers, like that. They build games for a living. That's their day job. And I was streaming with one of them a few days ago, and he said, Mark, he said, even he said to me, he said, Mark, he said, I don't think anyone realizes how big this game actually could be. Like from a game dev standpoint, he said, I really don't think anyone actually knows how big this is going to be. He said, like, there's so many options for gameplay. And even our dev said on a stream recently, he said, like, this game, he said, he has plans that this game could last 20 years. Families come and go, players come and go. Like this one is, he thinks this one is here to stay. This is how big this could be, James.
Yeah, it looks really big. Just looking through the white paper. How should somebody, here's a question for you. How should somebody think about this as an investment or a game or a gamble? How should somebody think about this in, regards to their investment portfolio? I know some people get into things like this. They're like, I'm going to put my life savings in here. This is going to be, how would you, not financial advice, but how would you think through something like this? How would you explain to someone to think through a project like this?
Okay, not financial advice. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy here on the internet talking. But if you see the value in the game, but you don't want to play the game, just hold the token. Hold the token. The token itself is going to, if this game kicks off this way, if we think about the way the gaming is going to take off on blockchain, I mean, and let's be honest, gaming has a home on blockchain. It hasn't started yet. As soon as someone really finds a way to bring real gaming, like sitting down, bring that to blockchain where you can incentivize like Fortnite players to, sell skins or something for real money. Actual money, as soon as that comes around, and that's not far away. That's not even a few years away. Like that's probably, like, if it's not this cycle, it's next cycle. As soon as that comes around, games like this, like the pioneer games like this, are going to, I mean, okay, not financial advice, but right now I think we're at 1 million. We just hit 1 million market cap, like in the last, I think, 2 days ago. 1 million market cap. I mean, if this isn't a $500 million market cap project, I don't know what is. Not financial advice.
Yes, not financial advice. Congratulations on that, by the way. Can I ask? So we had like last market cycle, we had, like Axie Infinity, for example, became a game that people started playing, and then actually people in the Philippines started playing it as like their full-time job. Like, we're just going to play Axie Infinity, make a living from it. Eventually it kind of died out, and there was more people playing to get money out than there were people playing to have fun. And so then there wasn't enough money to go to everybody who was just wanting to get money out. So how do you prevent something like that from happening in this game or in one of the games in this ecosystem?
Okay, so if we think about Axie Infinity, I don't know if you know, but Axie Infinity, like the price wise for the token itself, I mean, it struggled along for about 18 months before it did anything. But then it went from 0 to hero before it started to trail off. So we can look at it that way and say, okay, well, maybe the devs or the marketing team or whoever, maybe they just didn't think that this game was going to last. It didn't have that lifespan built into its strategy initially. They just thought, oh, okay, this is just going to go big. It's going to go big. So then well, I don't want to say anything about any other projects, but I mean, it kind of could be considered like a cash grab at that stage from the devs. But it took so long for it to start ticking up in price. But then when it did, that's when we saw, everyone really starting to, like you say, play for money until there was nothing left. But because with this game, people have to buy in, which feeds the vault, and they have to sell out, which feeds the vault. I mean, even that in itself gives longevity to this game. And as we start to, even with the NFT marketplace and with the crates now, obviously, because obviously if you sell something, you're still feeding the vault on the back end. That gives itself longevity in any case. But as the game starts to be built out, now I was talking to someone the other day about this, like this is still just the first iteration of this game. This is okay. This is the framework. You can literally make money from this. Not financial advice, but you can just buy the token and just chillax and watch everyone else playing, which is great stuff. You can create a character and have a bit of fun while you do it. Or you can really think, okay, well, what are the long-term goals of a project like this? Is it just to make people money? No. Is it about to bring gaming to blockchain? Yes. Is it about to bring onboarding to blockchain? Yes. And if that works, everybody makes money, which is what we're here for, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so actually that was a really good, because I'm a marketing guy, so I always like calls to action. I don't want people just watching the videos for fun. That's fine if you do, but I always want to like have something for you to do when you're watching the video. So for people who like what they hear, I'm going to leave a link to the white paper as well, because there's too much on here to, like you said, to go through all of it. I see why you didn't want to go. When I said, hey, can you walk us through the whole game? And you were kind of like, well, not really. I see why, because there's quite a bit here. But what's the best way to get in? So you can just buy the token and hold it. If you don't want to play, you just think, hey, I just want to take advantage of this price appreciation over time, just like a normal coin. If you do want to get in for an account, you need 2,000 Mafia. Is that correct?
That's right. 2,000 Mafia, you can create a character.
Okay. And do you need to buy the Mafia first?
Yes.
Okay. So you go here and then you just, okay. So it's over on Pancake Swap.
Yeah. Pancake Swap. Okay. Any other of the decent DEX is over on Binance Smart Chain. But yeah.
Okay. So that'll be really easy then. And then you just need to get your Mafia tokens. Then you can create your account. And then if you want to make a family, which is what I'm considering doing, you mentioned that is 500,000 Mafia. Is that correct?
Yeah, 500,000 Mafia to create a family. A lot of our families are actually, when they were doing the recruitment processing, they're saying, okay, if you want to be in this family, you will have to potentially buy your way in. So they're creating some revenue for the family. Okay. Something which I didn't mention earlier, actually, which I'd like to. If you join a family, you can stake your Mafia tokens. So we have staking in this platform. Right now, if you stake your Mafia tokens, you get a 1-to-1 copy of the staked Mafia, which will also compound at 0.5% on a daily basis up until the time that the full game launches, at which time you'll get given back your Mafia tokens plus whatever yield you make. But that all adds to the family bank. Okay, so that's what I mean. By creating a family, you're pooling resources. By pooling resources, you're making your family stronger. By making your family stronger, you get a higher position. If you get into one of the top 5 families, you get into a really good position where you can earn this vault money. So there's a lot of gameplay involved. But I think, like for influencers like you, I mean, we have, I think right now, from our 15 families or whatever, I think we probably have maybe 4 or 5 influencers who actually started their own families, and they're starting to really take off over there, So I think the fact that you have your own community behind you, I think will be really cool. I think it will be something which I would absolutely love to talk to you again. I think we have a lot in common with a lot of the projects that we're talking about. And I think because, if you were involved in this, we definitely would have a lot more to talk about. And I think for the longevity of this cycle, it will be, this is the kind of project, James, I really believe it. This is the kind of project which it will bring so many people to crypto, just because they know, oh my god, I can actually play a game where I can actually potentially make money. I'm not catching Pokemon walking down the street and walking into a lamppost. Like I'm actually I have an actual opportunity to make actual money, really, just by playing this game a little bit. Like, that's the onboarding tool that everyone dreams of in crypto, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a powerful narrative, and that's great. We got J4J. You two on the screen mean nothing but sucking you fools in. No, just to be fair, again, we talked about this, and I'll emphasize it. This is not what I would consider a investment necessarily. This isn't like go take your social security and invest it into this and you'll be a millionaire. This is more of it's a game, play to earn game. It's very risky. This is crypto, and this is a risky side of crypto even. So just take that into consideration. No one is telling you to take all your money and put it into this. Somebody just said that in the comments.
Sorry,
Correct.
no one should ever tell. If anyone ever tells you take all your money and put it into something in crypto, you shouldn't be listening to that person.
Yes. Yep. Totally agree. So, well, we're hitting about an hour here, so time flies when you're having fun. I'm intrigued. Actually, I was looking through the wiki, and I might do a standalone video and just kind of walk through some of the plans and things like that, just because I think it's really cool. I'm a game designer myself. I actually have a couple games in the works myself, so there might be some room for some collab here at sometime.
I
But
like
we'll
that.
we'll stay in touch for sure because I really like you, really like what you're doing. I've always thought that crypto gaming should be the link to get new people into crypto, and just haven't seen the game yet to make it happen. So excited to keep looking, honestly. And so I definitely will be jumping in. Not sure if I'm going to create a family or am going to join a family. So I put in my Telegram, if some people want to message me and pitch their families, me joining their family, let me know and we'll make a decision on that soon. But if you missed anything we talked about here today, the replay is going to be available right when we're done. Please watch it. The advantage of watching the replay, you can go on 2x speed, get through it twice as fast. So love that. But any other comments for us, inspiring words, or anything you feel like we should cover before we kind of wrap up? And I have a feeling we're going to see you again, as for updates on this as time goes on and things like that. But anything you want to leave us with here as we wrap up?
Yeah, actually. So yes, I definitely recommend you open a family. But if you don't, hey, families that are out there, if you want, if it, because we already have some families which have, some content creators who literally post, they do videos about them nearly pretty much every day, live streams every single day. If if it's a thing that you want to have a look into this game, but maybe you're not sure, join our telegrams. Okay, the telegram is t.me/BNB Mafia. Very, very simple. My name is called DeFi. That's on X and that's on Telegram, and it's also my YouTube. Watch me for regular content. I'm posting all the time. I do streams all the time. I would absolutely love to be back on with you, James. Maybe you're more than welcome to come over to my channel anytime, brother, anytime at all. I think this is something which, like I say, is something which we can really start to run with as we start to bring out new, the marketplace comes next, then comes the map, and then once the map comes out, then it starts to get really juicy. It starts to get really juicy. And until then, I mean, I would love. How about this? You're more than welcome to come on my stream anytime, and we can maybe even open some crates together. And I will, I'll give them away. Give them away to your followers. I'll give them away.
That'd be incredible. Yeah, I would love that, and would love to just be a part of helping you guys be successful. So we'll discuss more ways to maybe just kind of get eyes on things and keep things moving. So
Sounds good to me, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you all, guys. Really, I really appreciate it. Yeah, reach out to us. The Telegram, we have a bunch of good people. If you see people in the Telegram that are arguing with each other, it is real. This is family warfare.
Oh,
think I
sorry,
lost you.
dude. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you need the signal. Thank you, audience. You guys have been amazing. Kyle, I am not going to ask him to say they're after my Lucky Charms. We're not going to do that. But thank you guys, audience. You've been amazing. Appreciate you guys. You know, you never know what you're going to get on my YouTube. What I find interesting is going to be some games. And then tomorrow we're probably going to have a real estate investor. Okay. So it's going to get very varying things. But I appreciate you guys just following along and paying attention, having good questions to ask and things like that. And thank you so much for building something for the space, something fun. I think that it's exciting. Would love to be a part of it. And we'll talk more about ways just to keep things moving and get more eyes on this. So thank you for coming on and sharing with us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, brother.
Awesome. Thank you all. God bless you all. Hope you have a great Monday, and we will talk to you later.